Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Cancer is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And it's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And an Ace of Cups. This is the object of your heart's desire. This is absolute fulfillment. This is finding the source of all of this, like, really good stuff. You know, I think Cancers maybe are known for their sweet tooth. I think you have a bit of a sweet tooth going on. To me, that looks like a bowl of sugar. Right? Let's put this into some context and see what we're really doing. Look at that, the Sun card. I think, for one, this is going to be an illumination of what we really truly want. Okay? Because the Sun card is kind of like we're seeing things from all angles now. We really know what we want now. And we've got Princess of Swords. We've got, a Princess of Pentacles. This is very nice. This is kind of like potentially like unlimited resources, right? This is like the raw materials around you. That's very cool. We have a 9 of Wands. That's good. But an 8 of Swords. Yeah, the Swords energy that we're in right here. This is the little bit of the difficulty there. We've got the World or Universe card. This is talking about boundaries, perhaps location. Location. Maybe we're talking about a home here. We've got, we've got a Queen of Wands. There might be, I'm feeling an older female energy in your life, but I don't know that they're older. I think maybe they just have, they have like this kind of authoritative presence, I guess we could say. We've got the Fool energy there and more air energy. So I feel like this may be something family related. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards. We also have this idea of location and this idea of, well, the object of our desire, right? Very interesting. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we're just going to set down right over here. We're going to put Mr. Bates, a.k.a. Kevin, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, as long as it doesn't hop away. But it will tie everything together, right? And it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the show you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, put your prediction down in the comments. Let's make it interactive. Let's make it an exercise in intuition. All right, I think it'll be good for all of us. All right, let's take a look around the room here. We have our trinity of major arcana cards. We've got the Sun, we've got the Universe, and we've got the Fool, right? The Sun in its orbit throughout the universe really feels like freedom, right? It really, and I think that there's an important message here, because as much as we sometimes feel like we are this Sun and we are in this orbit, we are in this kind of almost a predetermined path through the cosmos, right? We have that Fool feeling sometimes where it kind of feels like, do I really know what I'm doing? You know, we have these plans, we have this trajectory, we have this kind of structure and organization, this timeline, this plan for our life. But sometimes, I know I do at least, stop in the middle of the day and think, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, is this the right thing to do? Am I on the right course? Is this really my orbit? Right? So I think that's kind of a big factor in your life right now. Now, we've got fire energy, we've got a little bit of water energy, which is what we're trying to bring to the foreground, is that water energy. And this really is what you desire for, what you long for. This is how you know that you're on the right orbit, that you're on the right path. okay? Because you feel it. You've got that, really, that deep soul activation, yeah. But we've got air, air, and air. And even the Fool is air. Confusion, doubts, questioning. I feel like this is a family situation. I feel like it might have something to do with the home. We've got our earth energy. At least we've got this in the background here with the princess of Pentacles. So to me, this is really about this is about the resources, about the home, about the financial situation, perhaps. What I'm feeling generally is that there is there's something that you wish to pursue. Whether I kind of feel like it's like buying a home, building a home. It's investing a lot in something, right? And it's kind of like, is it a good idea? You know, it feels right. It feels like a good idea, but then we got that Fool. We got this air energy. We've got the Eight of Swords that just says, I don't know. Maybe I need to think about it some more. Because it feels like a big commitment. And it feels like it's, you know, let's say it is buying a home. Well, it seems feasible now, but it's, you know, what, mortgages are what, 30 years or something? I don't know. I've never owned a home. We rent anyway. But it's like 30-year mortgage. So it's like, it might be good right now, but 30 years, you know? Is it something that I'm going to be able to sustain? Is the resources, is the income really going to be there? Are things going to be sustainable for that long? Yeah. So it's something along those lines. And I feel like some of you either live in the mountains now or you want to kind of live somewhere that's a little bit more isolated. And I feel like you want a place that's got like trees and you know, something that really is going to satisfy your soul, right? It's not just like you got to buy a home in the city because it's close to work. No, it's like this is kind of like almost like a dream home. Almost like if you had an ideal place, it would be mountains, it would be some trees, you know. I don't really feel, you know, a bunch of kind of beach people out there. I feel more like this mountainous, isolated kind of tree, foresty kind of place, you know. I feel like there's also an object that you carry with you. I feel like you have some sort of pendant. I don't feel like it's around your neck, though. I feel like you have some sort of like a power object, because I just feel you kind of going like this with it, like as you're ruminating in your Eight of Swords, trying to figure out, like, give me a sign. Like, what am I supposed to do? What is the, you know, what is the right course of action here? You know, should I trust? And it's almost like we're rubbing the gemstones or minerals or crystals, something like that, okay? Very interesting energy, because I feel like it's very happy, it's very prosperous, it's very joyful, you know? I'm also, Spirit's telling me to mention someone that didn't speak for a long time. And maybe, I don't know if it's one of these family members. I see there's, I feel there's you and there's like a contemporary. There's somebody that feels like they're an older energy, but it might just be that they're kind of either, well, it could be like a mom or a grandma, but maybe an older sibling, maybe an older spouse or a partner or something like that. And I feel like there's some younger people too, and I feel like someone had a delayed speech, or they didn't talk for a long time, or they kind of, maybe not a delayed speech like developmentally, but it could be that they just didn't talk to you for a long time or something. There's something with the communication there that I think was silent, right, for a little way. Sometimes those details come in just as a way of kind of confirming the energy that we're in and validating some of the other details and the energies that we're talking about, okay? But the Ace of Cups, it feels like this is your pot of gold, that this is your bowl of sugar, that this is kind of like what you really are after. And it feels perfect. It feels like, you know, and sometimes, you know, when we've got this idea of fire and earth, because we got some fire in the reading, we got some earth in the reading, we feel one way, but then our mind starts to question it. And I feel like that's what's going on. I feel like you want this very, very deeply. Like this is something that, yes, this is absolutely perfect. This is what your soul wants. On a very spiritual level, this is something that is meant for you. You can feel it, right? But then we've got these questions. 30 years is a long time. Can I afford it? Is this the right move? Do I know what I'm doing? Am I being ridiculous? Am I being the fool? Right? So there's that kind of the difficulty there in resolving that kind of the mental part of it, where it's like we feel this and we feel like this is really an expression of our soul. So we've got that sun card here. And the sun really is the idea of your complete being. And this is what your soul, what your complete being really, really desires. There's no mistaking that. But the practical side of it, right? The more the mental, intellectual side of it is saying, well, I don't know, maybe it's not the right time? Maybe, yeah, this is meant for me, but maybe I can't afford it. Maybe it's not going to work out. Maybe this is foolish. Maybe I'm being ridiculous. Maybe it's not meant for me. Maybe I feel this way, but it's not real, right? So we start questioning what we feel about this thing. And it doesn't have to be a home, but that's the vibe that I'm getting mostly. Is the idea of this home and the questioning of our resources. We've got the Princess of Pentacles in the background here. And to me, that's kind of like, it feels like there will be enough. It feels like this is kind of, it's never going to go anywhere. But then your mind says, well, no, this could go away anytime. Maybe this is the good job you have. Maybe this is the savings that you've got saved up. Maybe this is the prospect for like, okay, I've got a good job. It's going to stick around. I've got some job security. I can expect some promotions and some bonuses. So, theoretically, all this should work out, right? But it's not guaranteed. And I think that's part of this, the Eight of Swords here, is that we keep kind of going back. Like, it seems like everything's going to be fine. I can't foresee this going wrong, but there's always something that could go wrong. And so we're caught in this mental loop with the Eight of Swords. And this is really preventing us from action. And this really requires some kind of problem solving, which in some cases might just be to, well, we're talking about that Fool. Sometimes the right move is to just accept that we don't have all the answers, that I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but it feels right and I have to try. Yeah. It feels right and I have to try. And sometimes it's hard for us to do that. Here's the Princess of Swords underneath everything. And this is us trying to tell the mind, stop. All these negative thoughts, all these doubts and questions, just stop. I hear you. It's kind of like we're having this dialogue with ourselves. Yeah. And I feel like you also have to speak up for what you want, because I feel that there might be an older female energy. They feel older. I don't know that they necessarily are older. I'm also getting an R name and something to do with sunflowers. Right, we've got the sun card here. We've got this older female energy, and I'm kind of feeling like sunflowers or some sort of one of these random details. Some kind of maybe it's a painting. I'm feeling like it's a mural on the side of a building that's of like a big sunflower or something. I don't know if that's resonating with it. Sometimes these details are just meant as synchronicities that kind of will validate or confirm some energy for some of you. I don't think all of you, but I'm seeing like the sunflower painted on the side of a building or on the side of something. I guess it could be a piece of furniture, but it's just like, it's a painting of a sunflower there. But let's talk about the Nine of Wands up here at the top, because the fire energy really does connect with each other. And this, I think, is you speaking up for what you want. This, I think, is the opposition in your environment. This is somebody that not necessarily disagreeing with you, but they're just kind of, they're challenging almost, challenging everything that you're kind of putting forth, which is good. Because it's someone that you're bouncing ideas off of. Now, this person may be past, this older female energy. They may be past, but maybe not. But I think there is this idea of the challenge there, that it's just, they're not disagreeing with you, but they're kind of asking the questions like, hey, I'm thinking about we should buy this house. And, well, can we afford it? How long is the mortgage going to be? Yeah. Are you going to have to do a bunch of repairs when we first get it? What about moving the furniture? What about changing schools for the kids or whatever? So it's not necessarily disagreeing, but it's challenging you, and it's giving you a lot to think about. Yeah. But the Nine of Wands is the strength. This is us kind of saying, this is what we're doing, this is what I feel, what I believe in. See, there's the connection with the moon there. And to me, that really connects us with our deeper psychic, spiritual energy, where we just, this is something that's meant for us, something that's meant for me, and I'm going to do it, but perhaps we need to discuss and figure out and organize and plan the steps forward. Maybe it doesn't have to be done right now. Maybe we wait a few months. Maybe the area is wrong, or the budget is off or something. But we're not giving up on this dream, right? We're not giving up on this plan. This is something that you will have, that you will do. But maybe we have to kind of restructure the plan to get there, right? And I see that being part of this, the Princess of Swords down here too, because this is kind of that, this is the energy that feels like it has to defend its beliefs, but then we have to have an openness and a maturity that can say, like, okay, well, I don't have all the answers, and just because I have this opinion doesn't mean that I'm right, doesn't mean I have to always be right. See, we get defensive of what we believe. Our own opinions and beliefs, we tend to just say, no one's going to tell me I'm wrong, right? And we start to get kind of pouty and frustrated, you know. But I think we're having this openness where it's just like, yeah, I don't know exactly how to do this. I just know that we're doing it. Yeah. But now let's go to the path of the serpent. And as we do this set of cards, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay. So we've got, speaking of world, we've got the world or universe card here. And to me, this is part of this feeling I think you have with these resources here. If this is, again, if this is a lump sum, a savings account, a good job, or good prospects, whatever the raw materials or the resources are, you kind of feel like you can build anything that you want. You have this feeling that there's freedom here. There's some kind of like, maybe you just got a really good job, or you got a promotion, or you got a bonus, or something like that is in the works. So there's this feeling like, I can do anything now. There's almost this feeling like someone has taken the handcuffs off of you, right? And I don't think literally, but there's this feeling of the restrictions are gone. Yeah. That now I don't have to rent right here in the middle of the city. Now maybe there's this idea that we can go where we kind of have always dreamed of living. We can have more of this satisfaction of our soul desires that we felt were limited before. Okay. Now I don't mean for this to be exactly like buying a house, right? That's just the analogy. Now, it might be literally true for some of you, but I feel like there is something that you want to invest your time and money and resources into, something that is going to be fulfilling to your soul, right? But there's this question, there's this doubt. There's this feeling again, like this is my path, and like this is what I'm meant to do. But then, is it? And I feel like it's kind of, that's the job of this older female energy in your life, is to ask you, well, is it? To challenge you just enough for you to kind of test you to see, are you going to waffle, or are you going to say yes? Yes, this is my orbit. This is what I'm meant to do. I don't have to know everything, right? We have to sometimes be comfortable not having all of the answers, okay? Spirit's telling me to mention the fan or the white noise machine that a lot of you have in your bedroom. I like that. I like that kind of calming kind of energy where it's just. And to me, I think it's literally true for a lot of you that you have to have that fan. Or I think it's not so much the breeze, but it's the sound. Yeah. Sometimes you need that to get out of your head at night, right? Sometimes we need that kind of white noise to just kind of drown out, just to lull us out of our own heads so that we can sleep at night. Yeah. I wonder if the mystery card is going to be the Nine of Swords. Yeah. I feel like you're losing a little bit of sleep over this. Or I feel like maybe you've just recently put that white noise machine back in your bedroom so that you can get some rest and kind of worry about all this stuff tomorrow. You know, figure out the things that you need to figure out tomorrow. But with this Fool card, this is the big obstacle. The big obstacle here in this position is us realizing that we don't have all the answers, right? And that, you know, maybe come springtime, at least in the northern hemisphere, we're kind of just getting started with winter here. The snow's a little bit late this year, but winter's starting to happen. But maybe after this season, so when I'm looking at the Fool card, I think maybe in 3 months from now, you'll have a kind of different plan. You'll see kind of how these resources stabilize and how they grow. And you'll work out some of these kinks and some of these details and some of these doubts and questions that you have. And you'll know more. But right now, be okay with not knowing everything. And do what you can do right now in this moment to continue working toward this goal. And just know that as you keep doing this, as you keep working and maybe saving money or maybe looking at other properties or whatever the case may be, you will get a clearer and clearer picture of exactly what to do, right? Your kind of this wisdom will increase in you. And again, that's the difficult part. Here's the Prince of Swords at the end here. And this, to me, I think is, in this case, this is talking about clarity. This is talking about pushing through the confusion and the doubt so that we can get to clarity. Okay. I feel like a lot of you out there, Spirit's showing me a bunch of clouds and like different pictures in the clouds and stuff. I wonder if you have that experience that a lot of us do of kind of laying on our backs, you know, as kids or as adults, and just watching the clouds go by and picking out different shapes in the clouds. You know, I used to do that a lot when I was a kid. And it's very revealing about those things that are on your mind. Very revealing about your unconscious kind of desires. Like, what things do you see? You know, we always talk about like analyzing your dreams, right? Writing down your dreams. Well, write down your daydreams, right? Go lay on your back and let your mind wander in the clouds. And then afterwards, think about what did you see in the clouds? Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. I was saying this might be the Nine of Swords. I hope it's not, but it could very well be. Otherwise, I think I'd like to see some earth energy or some water energy unfolding, right? Unfolding, because we've got really a lot of air. So it's mostly this kind of confusion and questions and doubts and all of this mental activity and the thinking about stuff and the mulling it over, you know, and we've got that earth energy. So I'd like to see maybe the earth energy unfolding a 6, you know, a 9, even an 8, I guess, would be good. An 8, a 9, a 10 of Pentacles, a 9 or a 10 of Cups. 3 of Cups would be fine, 6 of Cups. Something along those lines, yeah. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we've got. Well, isn't that beautiful? A 6 of Cups. To me, this is showing that we're making this happen. Yeah, because this is your dream, the pictures in the clouds, right? Your bowl of sugar out there, your idea of absolute soul fulfillment. Yeah, dream come true for you. This soul desire is now manifesting in a very harmonious and beautiful and cooperative way. Right? So this is really that sweet spot where everything's happening, and this is probably the moment here where you realize that this is happening right now. You know, this is the point where it's like heaven meets earth, and it's just like, wow, it's that excitement. It's that, you know, just that feeling. I need to tell you about it. I want to share this with you. Pinch me, shake me, because I feel like I'm dreaming. This is that moment where you realize that it's happening right here, right now. So I think this is how you're going to feel, and I think it's going to be a couple of months, 3 months or so, when you have this moment. I think it's going to be kind of a flash where it's just like, oh my gosh, it's happening. This is really manifesting. It's really coming to fruition. Yeah. I don't think this is, moving into the house. I don't think this is like the day you get the keys and you're living there and you're on your couch and thinking, I did it. No, I think this is the moment where you realize that things are in motion in such a way that this is like, it's picking up speed. There's no stopping it now, right? That this is really, really happening. But it's not like the kind of afterglow, I think this is that sweet spot. This is that moment. We're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link that should be in the corner, or there's one down in the video description. Okay. New readings for Cancer every Tuesday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time, but I'm here every day. Come on back, see me tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're feeling. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.